people. Do you know what? I normally come, well, I'd say come among you, which is an unusual expression. I would normally come down there and like muck around with you. But the microphone's chained to the desk. Yeah, but I think that one's chained to the stand, but I'm going to have a go. Maybe. Oh no, look, it's tight. It's actually chained to the floor. And actually, maybe if I'm up there, you can see me better as that. But I just want to listen. I just want to do this thing that I do first of all. First of all, is a disclaimer. I don't know a lot about Doctor Who. I think it's great. Don't go hating on me. I loved it. I love playing Donna. It was my privilege. But I don't know why and who was the something or other in episode 3, season 2. So save your questions, if they're that complicated. Here's another disclaimer. David Tennant's okay. He's okay, you know? He's a solid B. So get that along. What's it like? What's David Tennant like? As I told you, solid B. He's fantastic. Okay, so I'm just saying, look, most people ask that as a question. Don't. And the other one is, what thing would you most like to do and what are you next doing? And I'm very superstitious, so I don't say. So we're in for a fun night, kids. To do this one thing off mic, but I will shout. I'd like to take a little survey. Are you leaving already? He's like, well, if you're not gonna, you know, kiss David Tennant's butt, I'm off. He's actually you're in the wrong panel, aren't you? I get it. It's okay. Yeah, here's the thing. No, I absolutely can't read from that. Ripping up the ballroom. I'd like to know who's come from the furthest. And I'm going to start the bidding with me. Oh no, what? No one made that sort of effort apart from me. No. I'd just like to know where people have come from. Who has come from the furthest away? And we'll start the bidding. Well, you've already got your hand up. Where are you from? Brighton in England. Oh, all right, show off. Yeah, did you come especially? Don't say like, oh, well, it was my grandparents. No, it doesn't count. I moved to Michigan a couple of months ago. It's quite far, but you didn't specifically move to Michigan in order to come here 2 months later. Is my point. You, my friend, have had your hand up. Hold on.
Where did you come from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, yes, here we go.
Not yet, right?
Where? Hawaii! We got ourselves, we're going to know someone that you better know geography. Not talking about where did you come 6 months ago. Where have you flown in from to come to this con?
Barcelona, Spain.
That's probably it, right? And you see, I've wasted time so you can't ask me boring questions I don't know the answer to.
Remember what I said. It's largely just questions about desserts that I'm open to. We shall begin. Hello, darling. What's your name?
Sharon,
Sharon. What's your question?
my question is, did you, when you were young, did you want to be a comedian, actress, all that kind of stuff? What got you into doing this?
Well, when I was young, I was very, very shy. Was the least likely. She's already bored. Going back. Alright, sit down. Too much time. Sit down. Hello. What's your question? I was very shy as a kid, so I was the absolute least likely to go on and sort of dare to make people laugh for a living. But I realised early on, when I was in high school, got bullied, and I realised, and I went, oh, you were reliving the memory. Yeah, I did, got bullied, and realised a cool way, because the thing is, my mum said, well, if all else fails, hit them. It was the 80s and you could do that. But I was thinking, well, you know, I might try something else. And I realised it was actually a cool way to deflect attention away from myself, is to make people laugh. And if you can you flip the script, because I realised the power there is in humour and in laughter and in diminishing people who feel they are able to lord it above them. So my advice, do it with humour, and if not, just follow my mum's. No, obviously I don't advise that, but you know what, some people, I'm sorry. Yeah, so that was it, and I realised, well, that would be a cool thing to do. And then being an attention-grabbing show-off, I realised, oh, this is quite good. It's the reason I never learned to type. Which is ironic, given Donna Noble is the fastest typist in Chiswick. That's how good an actor I am, I can pretend I know how to type. Thank you so much. How are you, darling?
Terrific.
Terrific. What's your name?
Molly.
Nice to meet you, Molly. What's your question?
Oh, she said my name.
What do people normally call you when you tell them your name?
You don't want to know. It's children present. So, 2011, you were in Much Ado About Nothing.
Yes.
These romantic type roles, Shakespeare, they're kind of, the way you perform them are formed by your experiences. Like, you kind of pull from life to give these people life on stage. If you were to do that role again, what would you change?
I don't know. What would I change? It'd be very different. Well, it would depend who David. So if David and I were to do it, down the line, I guess we'd do it probably sitting down. Maybe I wouldn't be suspended. No, I don't know. I don't know what you would do. It's a good question. Probably nothing different, because if it worked the first time, you know, I'm one for working smart, not hard. So I do exactly the same as I did the first time.
Well, it was brilliant, so thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, darling.
Hi. I love your shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm Rory.
Hello, Rory.
Today's my 21st birthday. Which means that I can drink. So,
Except you probably can't, right?
I'm asking, what's your favorite cocktail?
Interesting. I don't drink. I can only imagine what I would be like without what is my... well, I like, the non-alcoholic cocktails. I like, very, very boring, I like a virgin pina colada. Delicious! But what I don't like is the cocktails that they make now. It used to be that like what they called virgin cocktails was the sweet stuff without the alcohol. So I quite like that because it just tastes like dessert. But now what they do is they use 0 proof alcohol, so it tastes like alcohol but doesn't get you drunk, I'm imagining. What's the point, I would imagine? So I don't like that because I actually just don't like the taste of alcohol because it ruins all the lovely coconut and pineapple flavour. It's like chocolate liqueur. Get your alcohol out of my chocolate. I'm sitting down. Get a drink here. They don't add the alcohol. Virgin? No. What do you mean? Oh, okay. The virgin drinks. I see what you mean. They don't add the 0%. They don't ruin it. Yeah. Thank you, Donna. That's the kind of question I like. That's the kind of question I can get behind.
Which is my question.
No, come on. Give me your best Doctor Who one.
I don't watch the show.
Oh, okay. Controversial. I don't either. I didn't realise they carried on when we left. What a plucky little team they were. Yeah, go ahead.
I would just like to know who your favorite character to perform on the Catherine Tate show was. I personally prefer Lauren Day.
Oh, sorry, you mean the cat? I thought you meant another actor. Because I'm like, well, that's divisive. Or either me to perform. Look behind you, she ain't got that there, look. She ain't got that. For me, though, my favourite character, I think, is my old lady Nan character. Because you have the privilege of age and swearing, and they still paid me. That will always be, I think, my favourite, until I then eventually become her and will not even need the prosthetic to perform her. So that's the goal. Thank you, Donna.
I'm Archer.
Archer, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Your Much Ado is one of my favorite Shakespeare performances of all time. What is your favorite Shakespeare, either moment or play?
To be honest, my favourite Shakespeare play is Much Ado. So I just think it's like, it's the original rom-com, you know? It's the blueprint, even though like Tammy of the Shrew was written first, but I kind of feel Tammy of the Shrew was almost like the blueprint of what Much Ado became, because Much Ado didn't have as many problematic things in it. Tammy of the Shrew has. Yes, it was always my favourite bit, my favourite show. It's not a show, it's a play. Sorry, William. Yeah, Much Ado. I was delighted. I remember getting the call and David going, "Should we do Much Ado?" And I was like, "Yes." So it was, and probably always will remain Much Ado. Hello, Doctor. How are you, darling? What's your name? Nice to see you, sweetheart. What's your question?
My question is, on Doctor Who, did you have a favorite or least favorite episode to do, and if so, why?
Well, I won't leave with a negative and say that there was no least favourite. My absolute favourite, I think, is and will always be The Runaway Bride. Because it's where it all started. So, and because it was just a one-off crazy job that I was like, absolutely, how amazing. No one really thought the character would come back. And so it just all, all happened, it all began there. And then however many years later, Donna gets to come back again with her own child. And it was just great, but it all started with The Runaway Bride. So it's not hard. Thank you.
Ask you a question.
Ask me a question.
So, my question is, where did you come up with Lauren?
Go Neil.
Where did you come up with Lauren?
where did I come up with the idea of Lauren? Being born. When my show first came out, my old drama teacher rang me and said, well, that was familiar. No, I wasn't as belligerent as that or anything like that. But I think with Lauren, those characters, the teenage characters, they're kind of, you've either been one or you know one. And it's like with my old lady character, you either know one or you're heading there. You know what I mean? And so there was just that, I just love also the other thing that well, where do I find, I mean, people do say, where do you find your characters? And you can find characters anywhere. What I've learned is, as long as you don't physically represent people, they don't recognise themselves. Because we're so tied to our physical and aesthetic identity, we are blind, sort of, to our traits a lot of the time. So I've stolen people's personalities, but because I put them on TV with a different hair colour and style, they don't know who they are. And actually, case in point, I did this character that we imaginatively titled Screaming Woman, right? And she was a very nervous lady who screams at everything. And now that is my mum. No question, especially when I was young, the phone would ring and my mum would go, "Wah!" And it's like, oh, you know the phone rings. And anyway, on my first show, I did this lady, and she was standing in front of a microwave, watching it count down from 10 to 0, and at the point it goes 0, it pings, and she screams. And I'm watching that go out on TV, my first show on TV, with my mum, and my mum laughs. She goes, very funny, very funny. And I say, Mum, you know that's you. And my mum, swear down, my mum said, my hair's not like that. So that's how I know you can steal, but you have to change the visual. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for playing John Baptist in our little story.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome.
My question is, do you remember your first Shakespeare experience, like the first play that you saw?
The first play that I saw?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I
read first.
Did I read? Yeah, we had to read Shakespeare at school, so I read Hamlet, and we read not much ado. What's the other one that sounds a bit like that? No, it sounds a bit like, it's about the nun and the...
Measure for Measure.
Yes, Measure for Measure, thank you. Measure for Measure. Like doth like and leisure answers leisure, haste still pays haste, and leisure still. So we read them, and when I was very little, like child, for some reason I was chosen to run on stage during a Shakespearean production, which I don't remember what it was, but they wanted a little urchin-looking child to run on stage and steal an apple from an apple cart in a Shakespeare play, and I don't remember what it was. I just remember standing in the wings dressed as this sort of urchin, and they'd go, go on, run on and get the apple, and thinking, what is this language these people are speaking? I didn't understand it. The first play, I don't know what the first play I saw Shakespeare. I absolutely remember the first one I remember, and that was Janet McTeer's Much Ado About Nothing, with Mark Rylance, with Matthew Walsh's directing, and it was so incredible that ever since I saw it, I wanted to do the play myself. And yeah, so it was that one. What's your name, Donna?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sweetheart.
So you are the best companion, but I'm not going to ask you a Doctor Who question. But The Office,
I loved you in. I loved you in. And so my question is,
so much easier to understand.
yes. So my question is, being around all of those comedians, first off, did they understand your humor versus like American humor? Or
I mean, it's not that difficult, I don't think. And also, kind of comedians all speak the same language. Do you know what I mean? You kind of know funny's funny, you know, it's universal, I think. So there wasn't a comedy barrier at all, no, it was just...
And was it mostly unscripted with your episodes, or was
No, not at all, no. This is the thing, it's like, there's a huge team of writers in American TV, and they pour over it, you know, and they do such a fantastic job that we are very lucky to get the question, did you make that up? And it's like, no, someone wrote it, you know. I mean, there will always be open to improvisation and things like that, but you kind of sort of didn't need to because the scripts were so funny. It was brilliant. So some people say, how much of Doctor Who did you make up? I'm like, oh, mad. Would you ever improvise Doctor Who, or indeed need to, on those scripts?
because you're so funny, so we just assumed.
No, very little of what I said was my own. No, it was all written, and I was just the messenger. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, darling. What's your name?
My name's Todd.
Nice to meet you.
And I am a really big movie. I'm going to ask you a doctor question.
Go ahead.
You're so funny, but... while watching Doctor Who, there are very few moments in movie or television that I have ever watched that have moved me so much as when Donna is begging the doctor not to blow up her pain, or when Donna is begging the doctor to be able to remember her whole experience. Like, those are some of the most moving moments in television I've ever watched. And so, first, thank you.
Thank you.
And second, I just wanted to ask, what is your experience or process trying to bring those kinds of emotions out on the screen?
Well, thank you very much for saying that. That is very kind, and I appreciate it. I don't have a process. I don't. I'm not a method actor. I'm instinctive, so I don't plan it because I think ultimately none of us are planning anything. So as an actor, I'm not going to plan. Like I say, I'm gonna be there. And so, and also, you know, you have to know the scripts were so amazing, and I was given this amazing character that I was able to kind of bring to life and take wherever I did. But I don't, and I kind of feel like, I ruin people's expectations. I honestly sort of, I guess my process is I don't have a process. You know, I'm not, I don't plan it. It's kind of instinctive. And also Donna was she's not like me, but she was very close to me, and I loved playing her. So everything I kind of felt about her was authentic, and so it was kind of, you know, it was a wonderful challenge that I loved to embody. Thank you so much. Anyone who make me cry is the comedians at the time. We do the work. Someone's calling. It's one of the drama actors going, shut up, it's not. Hello, how are you?
Hi, sorry, I'm a little nervous.
It's alright.
So I just wanted to say thank you for bringing the character Donna to us. She's so amazing and fierce and unapologetic, and I feel like a lot of times in TV for women we don't see that so much. So I just want to say thank you. And I also was so excited to see you later on come back to Doctor Who. So I was wondering what was that like coming back and being on set with Doctor Who again?
Yeah, coming back, getting your second bite of the cherry was absolutely fantastic. It was phenomenal. You know, I don't think either of us ever dreamt that was going to happen. And it was kind of at the same time kind of surreal, but yet very familiar, because we were playing the same character, but with a different, perspective. We were at different points in the character story. But it was, as it always is, and always was, just a phenomenal experience. And to get to do it again was just absolutely dream come true. It was wonderful. And there were so many there was just this brilliant mix of new people and people that we've been on the crew, when we did it before. So it was a fantastic trip down memory lane and at the same time a new adventure. It was great, the best of both worlds. That's all right, darling. What's your name?
Amber.
Nice to meet you, sweetheart.
One of my favorite things about watching Shakespeare plays is getting to see how the actors deliver the same lines different ways and how that changes the perception of the whole play. I feel like Beatrice has the most of those lines where just the delivery. So you said you were a very instinctive actress, but when you were playing, you're like, what fed you the reason you chose to do it the way you did it? Was it like the other actors, or did you have a vision of Beatrice already before you started?
I don't think I did, and I certainly didn't not do what other people had done, because I don't take on other, I didn't absorb any of the other performances in terms of wanting to recreate it. I don't know, and it was a long time ago. I don't know, I don't remember why I landed on those things. For me, it's I often want to do a slightly different thing, I guess, than what people expect. But also, the very important thing I think you need to do with Shakespeare is to remember that is how people used to speak. And they're just being normal in their own way and colloquial. And the biggest thing I wanted to do was to be understandable. Do you know what I mean? I wanted people to understand and to relate to her. And so I guess that was probably a through line to what I did is trying to
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. All those strange words, formations, make it come out of your mouth in a way that people understand, so I guess it was somewhere along there. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Emily. So this is just kind of a little off the cuff, but if you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
If I had a superpower, I ain't telling you. Because I'm still hoping one day it happens. And it's such a good one.
Yeah.
I honestly can't give that energy away. But you're welcome to ask another question. I don't like to block, but genuinely, it's such a good one. Someone's going to steal it. I cannot imagine how no one's thought of this before. And I'm still not going to say it. I'm sorry, darling. Or invisible. It's not. Hello, darling.
Hi. What advice do you have for people who are aspiring to be actors?
I say there's no silver thing. I can't give you a trick, but I can say two things. One is be on time, because that's easy and it matters. Be punctual and respect people's time. I'm going to go way over, so sorry. We're doing karaoke once this finished. And the other thing is, when you feel despondent about things, because listen, I was told this all the time, it's there's a lot of actors out there, and people often lead, especially when young people, they want to go into, the industry lots of things. There's lots of things, right? There's two things to remember. If you want to be good at something, there's always going to be competition, and there's always going to be other people. But two things you've got to remember. If someone says, well, there's an awful lot of actors out there, you go, yeah, there's an awful lot of hairdressers as well. Okay, and they all make a living. And the other thing is, when they say, well, it's so unlikely You know, it's so unlikely you're going to make it. It's so unlikely you'll break through. You must remember this. Someone's going to. So why is it not going to be me? It's not guided. So you've got to always be open to that it's you. And you just gotta walk and talk like it's you. So that's my advice. It's already here. Success is already here, baby. Yes,
So my question is how amazing was it to come back to Doctor Who after all these years?
It was a bit of a drag. I was like, really? We're doing this again? It wasn't at all. It was incredible. It was wonderful. And it was just like everything, I think. Well, actually, I don't think we knew what to expect. And so there was no point in trying and second guess. Even though we knew we were actually going back for quite a while, but we had to keep quiet about it, and we were sitting on it for ages and ages. And we didn't know how it was going to happen, or how it was going to integrate. So, and then when it did, it was just absolutely wonderful. A dream, everything we'd have thought it was going to be. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you.
I have another complicated question, so sorry about that.
Bear with us.
But how did it feel like to be the only companion not in love with David Tennant's daughter?
And listen, it was great to have the dynamic of the banter, you know, and the spark and the chemistry, and for Donna not to be bogged down with, you know, unrequited love or, you know, anything like that. So it was great. It was just a great, brilliant dynamic to play, and Russell saw that immediately and played, I think, to the strength of us as actors. And so it was dreamy.
At work, the running joke, they always like to
I know, yeah, we're not married. No, we're not married. Yeah, we're not married. Yeah, I know, it was great. Thank you. Hello.
I'm Jo. I'm also kind of a screaming woman. It's the anxiety. Also, I kind of collect favorite characters called Donna. It's interesting. But I wanted to ask, because
Who do you also have? Donna Versace?
okay, Donna Troy. I actually can't think of any others, but there are.
Well, Donna Versace, she's one. That's true. She's the designer. Oh, yeah, Donatella Versace, right? Yes. Donna from the West Wing. Donna Summers. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just have to say to anyone in charge, is someone going to tell me when I need to stop? How do you do it? Yeah, but I'm so unobservant. You need to get there, and then say, do you understand? Hello, Doug. Sorry, go ahead.
So the question is, something that I've noticed is comedy really leads to depth of emotion, to knowing the true depth of emotion. And I wanted to know how does your comedy influence your knowledge of the way that we interact with the world and the true depth of what human joy means and the stuff like that. It became a really convoluted question, sorry.
We've got to make deep, haven't we? No, listen, for me, comedy is the easiest way to connect with people. Well, laughter is. You think of laughter. Laughter's instinctive, right? And you can't, it's an impulse, It's a thing you can't control. And I guess it's because I want to control people. I would be in charge of what you do. So I just think to laugh at the same thing, you know? It's just a joyously unifying thing. And of course, we need to laugh. There needs to be laughter, and we need to stop going after the comedians, because they're not the problem. What it tells you about humans is that humans are great, you know, and human emotion is great, and laughter is one of the necessities of life, you know, because there's a lot of hard stuff going on out there, and we need to remember to laugh. Not at the hard stuff, but in spite of it. Hello, darling, nice to see you.
My question is, was there any funny incidents behind the scenes?
It was such a boring place. Do you know what? It's one of the favourite questions we've had, is what are the funny stories, but here's the thing, is there's such a time pressure on set, that if we spent our time mucking about and pranking each other and doing jokes, we've all got sacked. It's like another question people say is, did you take anything from set? Did you take anything as a memento? It's like, no, because it's steaming. But you know what? I can also say that every day there was so much laughter. There was so much laughter because we all got on so well, and there was always stuff to just be joyously enjoying, you know. But I don't have any cranky stories. I'm sorry, I need to make some up. Sure, I'm gonna know either way. Maybe David slipped on a banana. Thank you, darling. What's your name, darling? Eva, sorry, darling.
And I just want to say you were one of my favorite companions out of all of them.
Let's just rewind that. What do you mean one? I mean, you're in my top 7. I'm joking. I genuinely didn't know there were any more. That is so great. Go ahead.
Who's your favorite, what is your favorite Doctor Who villain?
Oh, that's a good one. It is the Vashtanarada. Coming at me trying to scare me with your Cybermen and your Daleks. Because the Vashtanarada, you can't even see. And is there anything more scary than an enemy you cannot see? And I thought the most brilliant line was, they're in the shadows. Not every shadow, but any shadow. I mean, that is the most terrifying thing, to keep someone on edge. It could be anywhere, and that for me was definitely the Vashtanarada. I'm unbelievably impressed with myself for even knowing that. A phenomenal piece of psychological warfare. Thank you. Who's yours? The Daleks are iconic. Yeah. Cool. All right, darling. Thank you.
Doctor Who is the comedy and amazing, but I also feel like it's a tragedy because the companions always have to say goodbye. And you kind of got lucky, you forgot your memories. But if Donna didn't, how does she go to work every day and, just do life every day without her spaceman?
Well, 2 things. One is, it's not real. And the second one, well, you see, this is, I think, the brilliance of Russell, is that people, spoilers, do you know that David and I came back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, okay. And if you didn't, I'm sorry. Russell, I think, embodied that with, even when you saw Donna, however many years later, she knew something was missing. And she carried on with her life, but when she says, I just feel something's missing. And so I guess she did get on with her life because, she's Donna. And she carried on, and that's it. But I do think that was the amazing skill of Russell to bring it back, and then gradually he read. Just to let you know, I didn't read that, so I don't know if that's important. 5 minutes? So I think she went without realising how hard everyday life was for her without her doctor, and then she got him back. And they got their own TARDIS. Make of that what you will. Thank you, darling. We're going to have to do a bit of a speed round now. Yes, a speed round. I normally get people up on stage to do speed rounds. We haven't got the mics or anything, so never mind. Hello, darling.
Hi, I'm Mika.
Hello, sweetheart. What's your question? And these, because it's going to have to be quick, I'm going to be short and probably very rude. Go on.
So if you had the opportunity to do any of the projects that you have done over again for the first time, which one would it be?
Never regret. What do you mean? You mean do them again and
Like to be able to experience it for the first time?
oh, 100% Doctor Who. Absolutely. Yes, joyous. 100%. Hello, darling. What's your question?
This is more of a broader question.
And what question?
This is more of a broader question.
Oh, okay.
Knowing you're a good enough person to cutbacks, who has gotten close to your level of cutback?
What's that?
Like sass?
Oh, what do you call it? Clapback?
Cutback, yeah.
Clapback. Oh, I've never heard that. Who do I think could out-sass me?
Yeah.
I'm not a person in the world, maybe.
Hi, I'm Abby, and I'm wondering what your favorite scene from Doctor Who was.
My favourite scene from Doctor Who, I think, was being suspended in a 100-foot spider's web. And here's a little bonus question for Office fans. My favourite scene in the office was Sexy Toby.
Hello, my name's Robin.
Hello, darling. What's your question?
What's your favorite thing about Donna Noble?
She looks and sounds like me. No, you know what I love? She's the champion of people who don't stick up for themselves or can't, and that is always we want to really be thinking on. Mac. I remember, darling. How are you?
Good.
What's your question?
Across your career and your different abilities performing stage, film, all of those, what was your first moment or your favorite moment when you were like, I gotta do something that I'm great at and I love and get paid for it?
Yeah.
Successfully.
That question, what is my favourite moment that I loved and was good at and get paid for? It's always the next one, darling. It's the next job and the next moment. But it's also swearing. Swearing in public and people paying, thank you.
I was wondering what your dream role is.
My dream role is always the next one, and I'm too superstitious to say, so. I gave you the headline about the beginning. Sorry. It's okay.
Hi, I was wondering if you have like a favorite costume that you got to wear on Doctor Who and maybe any of your other projects.
Wedding dress, because I've never had one. Hello.
This might tie into the earlier responses you gave where you can't give like one thing of advice or one trick.
Yeah.
But you're such an amazing comedian. How do you engage in those moments where you're making everybody laugh but you have to stay straight and you can't break?
Because I'm a professional. Hello, darling.
I was just curious, what was your favorite scene to film and what you did for
It was me flying, being, when she gets caught on the thing and she goes up there, Cirque du Soleil skills. I loved it. Thank you, sweetheart. Good from you, thank you. Hello.
If Donna was a dessert, what would she be?
chili pepper.